This is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Angeline De Villiers. And Angeline has this question. When we read another person's energy, how can we be sure that we are actually reading their energy and not our own projection of their energy? In other words, how can we know that we are seeing their energy as it is and not through a lens of our own projection? And in answer to this, I would say first that I think it is one of those things for which the answer is very obvious but rarely thought of. And we're going to come back to the answer in a moment, but first I want to talk to the issue of projection. And anytime you're doing any kind of psychic work, it's really, really important to be aware of this. And it's true whether you're doing psychic reading, whether you're doing divination, whether you're doing oracular work, all of which are closely related. In every case, you must remember that the messenger can warp the message, and you must make a strong effort not to do that. And this sounds very simple. It really is, and it really isn't. Like a lot of things in psychic work, once you understand it, it's fairly simple and easy to do, but it can be difficult to understand how you keep your mind out of it. I think the best description I have ever had of how to do this is when you're doing psychic work, it's kind of like a sky, and clouds will come across that sky. And what you want to do is just watch them go and not attach to them. See what they are, but don't start thinking about, well, which direction is it going in, what does it look like, etc. Don't think at all. Merely watch. And you may say, well, how do I do that? That's very difficult. How do we shut down our thinking mind? And my answer to that is, if you've ever watched a movie that you really enjoyed, chances are that's exactly what you did. You simply watched and absorbed it, and did not necessarily spend a lot of time anticipating what was going to happen next. You allowed it to unfold. And that's what you have to do with psychic work. You have to keep your mind out of it and let it unfold and view it. And then once you've done it, you can analyze it to your heart's content. You can look at it as critically as you want. You can judge it all you want. It doesn't matter because you've already got the message. But you must not do it while you're trying to get the message, or you will warp it. Sometimes even then, we still will warp it with our expectations, our hopes, our fears, etc. But as you do this kind of work, you hopefully learn how not to allow those things to intrude. And it's really a matter of relaxing the mind. And when you're doing the work, you just let it flow through. And then afterwards, again, you can analyze it if you like. So, in terms of projection, this is a real issue in psychic work, because if you let your mind intrude, it will project what it wants to see or what it is afraid of, or what it expects. And so you have to learn that technique of not letting it intrude, and some of this is just by doing. As you do it progressively, it will become easier through practice, because as in all things, practice is how you learn. And again, very, very important to suspend judgment while you're doing psychic work until afterwards. Now, I will also say again, you must remember the messenger can warp the message, and you should take everything with a grain of salt, and it's perfectly reasonable to look at it in that light after you have the message, but not while you're getting it. Now, how can you tell if you have done this? Which is, of course, Angeline's actual question, and my answer to this, which again I think is kind of obvious and also very hard to see, is that you can tell by your results. If you're getting good results, then you're obviously not projecting too much. And how do you tell whether you're getting good results? It's by doing a lot of work and having a body of experience to judge against. If you find that you're getting information that is good, that is reliable, things that you would not have thought of, etc., and things are coming to pass as you are seeing them or as you are understanding them through the messages you're receiving, then you're obviously not projecting too badly. And if this is not the case, then you need to work more on keeping your mind out of it. So those would be my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Please join me for our Corellian Peace Prayer. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for stability. I pray for the nation where I live. I pray for the world. Reverend Don, super omnibus of incantations and invocations for all occasions. Marianne Kay and I created this massive compendium of magic and artwork for you to use in any way that you would like. There are literally hundreds of spells and hundreds of illustrations, which can be mixed and matched and used in many different ways. Check it out now at witchghoulstore.com.